Welcome back, folks, to another Shed Wars video. I'm Robert, Homestead Aquarius, and thought I'd bring you out here to the lake. I always love coming out here, and don't know if you can see it from there. Can you see that activity over there? That's a bunch of little geese, a bunch of big geese. Bunch of Canadians over there. Canadian geese all over the place here. It's a beautiful lake. I love to come here. I'm going to try to keep this short. I know everybody's got things to do. My job today is to bring you the rules as they stand right now, mid-season of SHEDWARS22. This is the Northern Hemisphere. We're about to start. SHEDWARS22 has already started in the Southern Hemisphere. And this is the mid-season rules video brought to you by this here notebook. That's right. These are the official rules. Now, between now and the time that we start, if we have anything to change or add, we'll do that. We'll keep everybody updated with a cleanup canoe video, what I call it. And we will make sure that everyone has a chance to know the rules and to follow them. So as I've said before, the rules for Shed Wars is like a bridge over some troubled waters and some soggy waters. We don't want that. It's a little bit different right now. Okay, let's get right into this. I'm gonna take my drink and set it way over here. That's sun drop. We'll put that over there because I don't want to lose that. And I've got supper waiting for me. And let's see. This is Shed Wars Rules 3.10. 3.10. All right. I'd like to first do something here. And I'd like to thank our sponsors. Right now, I know that we've got more people that have donated to the Southern Hemisphere and the Northern Hemisphere prize pool. In the Southern Hemisphere, we've got Mud Brick Cottage, Wisteria Energy Twister, and Time to Shine Homestead. Tom and Angel have donated a good bit of money to both the Southern and the Northern Hemisphere, and we thank them. There are more people that have donated to the prize pool, and we'll get those out there in time. I want to make sure that we thank our sponsors. Now, we got this out here, all right? Number one rule, you are responsible for knowing the rules, okay? It's like the old saying of ignorance of the law is no excuse. We put out official videos to make sure that everyone knows what the rules are. And every year we have people saying, well, we didn't know. Well, it's your responsibility to know. We put the rules out. You pick them up. We try our best to make it a fair and simple and fun game. These simple rules will help us do that. Now, number two here. You must be subscribed to both myself and John, or me and John. And that's a little off-putting for me to even have to say for a couple of reasons. But, we developed this, we created, we spent a lot of time doing this, okay? It's our time, our energy, and not just John and myself, but we're the captains, and I really don't know where you'd get the information if you didn't. But we do have an enormous amount of our lives spent for Shed Wars and what we're doing. It's our money. It's most importantly, it's our time on Earth. And we have prizes that are involved. And so it's really like it's kind of like the least you can do. And it will ensure that you are able to keep up with the community and what we're doing. If you haven't seen a video from us in a couple of days, make sure you check back in because something may be going on. That's rule number 2. you must be subscribed to both myself and John. Rule number 3, you must send us an email so that we have your contact information, okay? That's important. Now, both John and I need your email address. That's for several reasons, and this is really like rule number 3 and 4 putting together here. There's times when we want to talk to you, but we don't want to leave you a comment on your video. We have people that actually start a channel just to join Shedwars, and there's a lot of things that they don't know, and we want to be able to help, but we've got to be able to do that. And not everyone's email shows up on all the devices. So we need your help to make that happen. We don't want to leave you what could be considered a hurtful or rude comment by somebody just by trying to help you, get something right, that what you've done. It seems like it's an embarrassing thing, so we don't want to do that. We'd rather do it through email. We'll also be sharing information through email, and so we need that. We'll be putting out different things throughout the season, and we may need the email to do that. We also, this is going to be tied in with rule number 4, which is the square footage of your garden, okay? Whatever the square footage is that you are growing in, we need to know that. Send us an email so that both John and myself, we know what you're growing. If you've got an acre of land or an acre garden or a half-acre garden, tell us that. If you are an apartment grower and you're growing in so many pots, just figure out what square footage of space that you are actually growing your plants in, so that we know. That's going to be important. We have to know that, so send us an email and let us know your square footage of growing space. And you're going to send it to one of these addresses, or 2 of these. You're going to send it to both of these, John and myself, willitgrow76@gmail.com. And you're going to send it to homesteadaquarius@gmail.com. Okay? That's me and John. We need that. We will be contacting you. So send one email and just have John and myself on that email. That'll help us out. Rule number 4. You must, okay, I just told you rule number 4. I'm an old man now. I get forgetful. We've got to know the square footage of your growing space. Thank you very much for doing that. It's a little extra step, but it won't take you too long. Number 5, do not make your own rules videos. People that have done that in the past has caused us problems. They leave things out. They say things that is not in there. And that's like the twice told and thrice told tales, like the telephone game. Somebody tells somebody something and it gets blown out of proportion, gets changed. So this is a big one. Do not make your own rules video. If somebody needs to know something, refer them back to this video. Well, my dang phone cut off again. All right. I was on number 5, do not make your own rules video. We've had so much confusion in the past by people doing that. That's a big rule. And if you violate that, you might just violate yourself right on out of Shed Wars. Okay. Number 6, your title must be correct. I can't stress that enough. Now, we've made it simple. We've gone to a title that's a little more creator friendly. A title for your video is very important. All that we ask in your title, okay, so number 6 is Shedwars22 NH in parentheses with the capital letter G out behind it. And this is going to be for your official videos. your official gardening videos. There are many videos that can be made in the Shedwars world, and we'll get to that later. That's going to involve, the Shedwars World Fair, where we're making videos for animals, raising cows, chickens, making quilts, canning food, whatever it is. Now, this needs to be there in the title. It can be the first or the last, but if you put it toward the last of it, a lot of people like that because they can get the more important words of their title in there to be searched for. So that's all we ask for. That right there needs to be in your title. Okay? Try to make it very simple. Now, let's see what else we got here. You must have a playlist. You absolutely have to have a playlist. And after the draft and you find out whether or not you've been accepted into Shedwars and what team you're on, the very first thing you should do is to create a playlist on your channel. And that playlist should be labeled SHEDWARS22 NHG. This is where you're going to put your official qualifying official gardening videos. That's why we want that, is in that. Any other videos have a separate playlist for them. Any other separate Shedwars videos have a different playlist. This is important because this is how we determine qualifications in the gardening aspect of Shedwars. So have a playlist. Moving right along. I done lost the sun, y'all, and my hands are getting cold. It's getting chilly. Let's see, rule number 8. This is a big one. 12 videos are required for the whole season, okay? And that's all. People say Shedwars is hard. Well, it can be as simple as 12 teaching gardening videos for the whole growing season. Now, it's 2 per month, okay? And each video has to be a fresh video. You can't stack up a bunch of videos that are pre-made. Can't do that. They have to be in season as we go along. And gladiator challenges, those don't count, and any other videos don't count as far as these 12 required videos. This is where you teach people how to grow food. That's very important, and that's the core of what we do. Lots of ways, lots of food out there to teach people about, but the core of what we do is teaching people how to grow vegetables, fruit, things like that for them to eat. And it needs to be at least on the level of what an apartment dweller can grow on their balcony. Okay, that's the common denominator. So we'll go through here. You've got to have 2 per month, okay? 2 of these qualifying videos. They must be teaching how to grow plants for food. Do the best you can do to do this. We do not want videos where you make this big video and you tell people, well, you need water to plant you need to water your plants, or you need seeds for your plant to grow plants, or you need sunlight to hit your plants in order for them to grow. We don't want to see those kind of tips. We want you teaching people. Okay, teach and inspire people with your videos. Now, you can make as many as 6 official gardening videos per month. We've had people in the past that wanted to make many, and we had to set a limit at 6. So a minimum of 2 per month, a maximum of 6 videos per month of official gardening videos. We appreciate everybody, and we appreciate what you're going to teach people. Garden tour videos do not count, okay? It doesn't count as an official video. It won't qualify you for the prize at the end of the year. It's going to hurt you. Garden tours can be made, and they can inspire people, but that's not the same thing as teaching someone how to grow food. Weigh-in videos do not count, okay? You didn't teach anybody how to grow food, so that doesn't count. You can still make them, but they don't count for your official ones that has the G on the end of it. And these videos must go into your playlist. You got to have them there for them to count. That's where we go to your channel to find your videos. Not just John and myself, but many other people are looking at them. They must be at least 2 minutes long. At least that. But you don't have to make a long 30-minute video. Use your own judgment. Whatever you think people will watch. Don't count on it being a forced watch situation. In the past, we've had some people that made very, very long videos, and expecting everybody had to watch them or what. There's no expectations like that. So make at least 12 good teaching videos per month. Do the best you can do. We've got beginner gardeners and very well experienced gardeners. Shed Wars World Fair. I won't touch on that too much right now, but that's going to be where we do all the other stuff. Animals of all kinds. We've also got the fishing rodeo. The Shed Wars Fishing Rodeo will start up very soon. Probably start that up at the beginning. Okay, now rule number 9. Hashtags must be correct. We have some that are absolutely required. Now we changed it up to free it up for all of our content creators out there. This is a little more YouTube friendly. Okay, you can have many hashtags. In the past, we have required ours to be in there in the top 3. We've changed that, okay? The first 3 hashtags that you use in your description are the ones that YouTube promotes, okay? The others still work, but YouTube's going to promote the first 3. That's at least what I've heard. So, the first 2 hashtags can be your choice, whatever you want that hashtag to be. The second one, your choice. The third one, okay? The third one is going to need to be, it has to be this, Shed Wars Global Gardening, okay? All one word. Number 4 is either going to be your team hashtag, identifier hashtag, SHEDWARS22 NHG, Will It Grow? Or hashtag SHEDWARS22 NHG, Homestead Aquarius. And the last one is Shed Wars, hashtag Shed Wars. All of these are one word. You must have all these 3 in there. But your first 2 can be your choice now. The third one must be Shed Wars Global Gardening. Your team hashtag and then Shed Wars. Phone's about to cut off again, so let me pick back up on rule number 10. Okay, rule number 10. You absolutely must grow a vegetable in a container. It can be a bucket. It can be a pot. A big raised bed of any kind doesn't count as a container, okay? What we're trying to do with this rule, it's very important. Not all of us have a backyard garden. The majority of our population doesn't live someplace like this. The majority of the population of the world lives in something more like an apartment or a place where there is no growing space available except on your front porch or on your balcony. And we want to reach those people. We have people that live in apartments now that are going to be some great shed warriors, and we have in the past. So that's our common denominator right there. You have to grow at least one thing and teach people how to do that. Container gardening is awesome. I like it, and there's a lot of other people that like it. Rule number 11, and we're getting close to the end here, so y'all hold on. This is for your own use, okay? Growing for your own family's use. That is what counts. That is what you weigh in, all right? Now, there's little sub things here. It's what one household can grow or forage or bring in, fish, hunt, gather. Doesn't matter how you do it. It's for what one household can bring in for your own use. If you sell food, that doesn't count. You cannot waste sold food. Shared food doesn't count for the final weigh-in, okay? That doesn't count. You don't count that to team weight. That we have a gladiator challenge for that, and that is where shared food counts, not on your team weight, okay? So don't weigh shared food. If you give it away, that doesn't count. Do not weigh your food twice. Don't weigh the milk and then weigh the cheese and the butter that you make from it. Don't weigh your potatoes and then weigh your potato salad or anything canned. It doesn't work that way. Weigh your original product, your original food, okay? You need to have an accurate scale, okay? We've had people that had scales that were a little iffy. These things add up over time, and we want to make sure that we stay as fair as possible. Returning members, okay? If you were with us last year, and last year's Shed Wars in the Northern Hemisphere, everything that you have grown or recorded and harvested can be used as weight when you walk into Shed Wars this year. If you've harvested a deer or a moose or a cow or whatever it is, if you've gone out and foraged for a bunch of nuts, whatever you've done between the close of last year's Shed Wars and the beginning of this year's Shed Wars in the Northern Hemisphere will count. You can weigh that. You can walk in with a few 100 pounds, maybe more, okay? Stuff in the wintertime counts. Deer hunting, that counts. Weigh that deer. All right, let's see what else we've got. I mentioned that it's everything that you can grow in your garden or however, you fish, hunt, gather, forage, mushroom picking out there, whatever you're doing. Fishing in a lake. Shed Wars Fishing Rodeo is going to come up soon. I have details on that on another thing. Food that is given to you, or you barter for, or you scavenge, that doesn't count. Only food that you've grown or, whatever. And look at there. There's the end of it, folks. We're at the end. I've tried to make it short. No way to me to do that sometimes. But anyhow, that's the video. And this is Shed Wars 3.10. As we make changes, those numbers will change. And that's where we're going right now. And I'm getting cold, and y'all getting tired of listening to me. This lake don't get old. This lake does not get old looking at it, though. Okay? Anyhow, thank you all for watching this video. I hope that I've helped you. I will have a cleanup canoe video at the start of the season when we come around. And remember, these rules are important. Failure to follow them won't get you to the other side. It's going to get you right there. And I'm going to tell you this now, one more thing. If you are contemplating joining us with Shed Wars, if you're thinking about it and you haven't made your entry video yet, go ahead and make it. Do not wait till March 5th to do it. Get your video in by the end of February. That'll be enough time for you to figure it out. The last of February, you need to have that video in because we're going to be going through those and figuring out who we want on our teams and battling for them. So don't make it hard on us by waiting until sometime in between now and March 5th. You get them in February. That'll be a real big help to us. And if you put it in on the 4th or the 5th, we might miss it, and you might not make it onto a team. And we've talked about this before, and this year we are not going to allow any late entries. Okay? No more of that. We won't do a second call for people to join us in Shed Wars later. This is your one chance. Don't count on that second chance. Get that video in now. I thank you so much for watching. I'm going to let it go now. Y'all be good. It looks like the Canadian geese are getting out of here too.